Brothers and sisters, give a very warm welcome to a true friend of North America's building trades, Mr. Jeff Peoples. Roll Tide!
How's everybody doing today? When I saw up on the screen that Sean and I were dressed exactly alright, I didn't want y'all to think that we're doppelgangers or anything else, or everybody laid our clothes out, but fantastic to be here. Also, do I have anybody from Alabama in the house today? Roll Tide, baby, roll tide. Okay, I got a little something for y'all later on. But anyway, let me start by saying this right here. I'm just humbled and honored to be here because sincerely, I've been working in the energy industry for 40 years, and this relationship is one of the true highlights and joys of my life. So let me start by saying on behalf of Southern Company, our CEO, Chris Womack, and the subsidiaries across the Southern system, that's Alabama Power, Georgia Power, Mississippi Power, and Southern Company Gas, thank you. Because we understand without the North American building trades, we can't be successful. We also understand without the North American building trades, the energy industry and the nation can't be successful. Our success lies in the relationship with this governing board, this Secretary Treasurer, and this President. So, because when we need help, let's give them a hand, that's right. When we need help constructing, maintaining, or building, we turn to the building trades and we get the job done together. You help us power over the homes and communities. We have 9 million customers across our entire footprint. And because of your hard work, dedication, we're able to serve them. So again, from the bottom of my heart, and I know we've had many people come up and many people talk, and today you may hear somebody that is smoother than me, but you're not going to hear anybody who wants to be here more than me today to celebrate the success with you. I guarantee you that. I've known President McGarvey, Secretary Treasurer Bishop, for nearly a decade, and I've considered them both friends and brothers. You know, a wise man once told me that through good business comes good friends. And let me say, this friendship was established years ago in my backyard for a time or two. And on behalf of Southern, it was long before I was doing labor relations for Southern. The relationship was built long before I was the CEO of Alabama Power. And I also want to let you know that this friendship will continue for years to come. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate you both. You know, working together, Southern Company and the building trades have developed, in my opinion, the strongest labor management partnership in the country. And you know why? We share commitments: safety, training, and one of the things that I love is focusing on union man-hour growth. And the other thing that I feel so good about is the unparalleled trust that we have across this governing board along with the President and Secretary Treasurer. These people care and these people work with us about growing union jobs. So let's give them a hand again. I'm gonna run through this part pretty quickly. This is about us as a company. Alabama Power was founded in 1906. We're one of the 3 Southern Company electric utilities. We serve about 1.5 million customers. We've got 40% coal, 30% natural gas, and about 30% clean energy. We have 6,000 employees, of which 40% are members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW. President Cooper, it's an honor to work with you. I was going to say Coop, but I didn't want to be like disrespectful up here, brother. Everybody in the back said I could do whatever I wanted to do. I should have known that. Okay. You know, these employees are essential to helping us provide clean, safe, reliable, affordable power to our customers and communities. And Alabama Power is part of the greater Southern Company system, which is we're focused on building the future of energy. We do that. We have 7 electric and natural gas utilities serving across really all 50 states. We've got 43,000 megawatts of generating capacity, and we're ranked as the #1 most admired electric and gas utility by Forbes. We're very proud of that. And one of the primary reasons for that is in total we have 28,000 employees, and 9,000 of them are members of the IBEW. Again, thank you, Coop. You know, at Southern Company, how we do work is just as important as what we do, and for us, it all starts with safety. We know that our work has risk, and we collaborate with our employees to manage those risks by focusing on a culture of transparency and learning, and empowering every employee with the authority to stop work whenever it's needed. There is nothing more important than our employees and your members returning home safely every day. And I'm going to tell you, we're committed to doing everything we can. We're committed to doing everything we can to enhance our safety culture and provide the resources needed to keep our people safe. And just like all the other things we do about maintaining and constructing, what do? We turn to the building trades to work with them, to work with you guys to make sure we stay at the forefront. We all share in the responsibility and must have a personal commitment to safety. It's all of our responsibility. So I spoke earlier about the strong partnership we have with organized labor. And Southern Company leadership, all of our CEOs, along with President McGarvey, the governing board of presidents, we meet twice a year. We're proactive and intentional when it comes to growing union jobs. And it's because of the forward thinking of President McGarvey and your governing board of presidents that we're able to create a national labor agreement, the Southern Company Maintenance and Modification Agreement, that we use all across the Southern footprint. This agreement is expanded to cover most of our plants, if not all, and even our construction projects. Because of that agreement, today, our 3-year average for all craft labor is 52 million man-hours. 65% of that is you guys. And this is something that I'm especially proud of for our contractors. Because of this agreement and because of this partnership, that's the equivalent of 10,000 additional full-time jobs for union members every year. And what makes that even more important is that in the states that we live in, the industry average is usually around 10%. So because of the relationship that we have and because of the forward thinking that has gone on here, that has occurred in the Southeast. So working in the energy industry, I'm familiar with the real and perceived impacts that clean energy transition has on working families. So when it comes to staffing, I know that there's differences between generation types about the number of employees needed to construct, maintain, and operate an asset. We are, and we will continue to have a measured and responsible approach to transitioning our fleet, balancing the need to provide dependable power while maintaining customers' clean energy needs at the forefront of our mind. And we're committed to working with our employees to ensure that everyone who wants to continue to work with us has the opportunity and training necessary for the jobs of the future. We know it can be done. As our fleet transitions, we will continue to do that with y'all, and I am very proud as the CEO of Alabama Power to say that during none of the transition, that anything that has occurred, that any member of the IBEW has been displaced one time. So I'm very proud of that. In addition, we're committed to continuing to identify opportunities for man-hour growth across our system because we know when we grow, it creates jobs and economic growth in our communities. We partner with the IBEW on new and emerging efforts to help with any displacement of workers by having the first connectivity crew in America, which handles all aspects of fiber installation from make-ready work to intermediate cable splicing. And in the past couple of years, we've been able to make meaningful man-hour growth gains within our gas utilities. Let me emphasize why that's important. Because we at Southern Company, us at Alabama Power, we know when we work with the North American building trades, we get the job done safely and effectively. Y'all get it done. Thank you for that. Back in November, we were excited to announce the commercial operation of a new 726 megawatt gas-fired combined cycle down in Mobile, Alabama. It's because of the dedication and the hard work of our employees, the contractors, and the men and women of the North American Building Trades that the Barry 8 project was completed on budget and on schedule. And as the new CEO, I was very, very happy that that first project did that. We came in on budget and on schedule. 60 miles north of that, another company building the sister unit to that, the exact same unit with a different work posture, was not on schedule and not on budget. Give yourselves a hand, because that's value on display every day right there. That's money. And let me say this right here. This is one of the great things about getting to be in this position. One of the commitments that I'll continue to make going forward, if we're going to build it in Alabama, we're going to build it with you, and we're going to build it with union labor. You may have seen the headlines over in Waynesboro, Georgia, that we've had some work going on to build the first newly constructed nuclear units in more than 30 years. Plant Vogtle Unit 3 entered commercial operation in July. It's providing safe, reliable, emission-free energy to over 5,000 homes and business. This month, Unit 4 achieved 100% power and is in the process of completing final testing before commercial operation. Vogtle is going to play a significant role in supporting us at Southern Company in our goal for net zero carbon emissions by 2050. Its success would not be possible without the leadership of President Sean McGarvey, and at that time, Secretary-Treasurer Brent Booker, who has gone on to another role, and current Secretary Brandon Bishop. During this project, Brandon and I worked together in a lot of different times and hours. But they spent so much time over there, they bought Braves jerseys and had to pay Georgia taxes. Thank you for helping us get through there, bro. You know, we had a global pandemic while we was trying to build Vogtle, but Vogtle was the largest job producing construction project in Georgia with over 9,000 workers. And because of our strong partnership and shared commitments to safety, our people, we stood up a medical clinic together. This, along with other efforts, kept our employees and your members willing and able to come to work every day. As a result, the Plant Vogtle construction site never shut down. And I want to tell you that when we at Southern today talk about what we're going to build and how we're going to do, this next sentence is a big one to us. That's the ingenuity and the tenacity that makes our projects together successful. Y'all work with us. Thank y'all so much for that. We also know that when we work with our brothers and sisters in the building trades, our impact can be significantly greater. When we align our efforts through common interest and mutual advocacy, we have a collective voice when it comes to regulatory action, major projects, legislative and public policy that can create mutually beneficial outcomes. And we're able to put even more people on the pathway to meaningful careers where they can earn a good wage to support themselves and their families. Many times, people just do not simply know how to activate themselves for employment. And in my time, one of my big platforms in the state of Alabama is workforce development. And the apprentice apprenticeship program that we do here with the building trades is a model for America. It is one of the best things that we could possibly do. Because one of the things we face is that this challenge is often in underrepresented communities, including our women, people of color, and veterans who are the most impacted. You know, a few years ago, working with President McGarvey and your general presidents, we created one of the first industry funds that designates 4 cents per hour for advancing diversity and growth among the trades. We've been able to support organizations like Trades Futures, Helmets to Hard Hats. We provide scholarships, mentorship, and internship programs. We're working with HBCU colleges, and we're educating small business. Working with NAB2, we've been able to offer apprentice apprenticeship programs across the Southeast, preparing students with the knowledge and hands-on training for careers in the trade. We're showing people how a career in the trades can change the trajectory of their life, but not only for their families, but for generations to come. I'm going to ask the teleprompter to stop right there because I got something to say about this. So I am an example of that, what comes on. My daddy was a blacksmith, and I'm the first person that ever went to college in my family. I know what goes on. I've spoken at many of your events and what goes on. And as Sean talks about an atypical approach to here, I started out at one of the lowest levels in the plant. We worked it back up. And who trained me how to do this job is this room, because my granddaddy and my great-grandfather all were members of the AFL-CIO in some capacity. You know, it's just a testament to what we can accomplish when we work together. We can make a difference in people's lives. You know, the theme of this week's conference is Foundations for the Future. And I believe our foundation is because we have so many commonalities. We just believe in the same things. We have shared beliefs. We stand for, as I said earlier, safety, training, workforce development, and improving our communities. We are working toward the same goals. We're the same people in so many ways. You know, President McGarvey has a vision to provide value beyond just getting the job done. And as an owner, that visionary leadership makes it easy for me to articulate to my industry peers why we use the trades and why, when I said earlier, if we build it, we're going to use y'all. Thank you for that, Sean. That means a lot. So in closing, let me say that our industry is one that's going to continue to evolve. We appreciate the progressive thinking and the leadership of our union partners, and we're committed to evolving together. And as we continue to transition our generation fleet from fossil fuels to more clean energy solutions, we must stay vigilant and stay aligned as we do that. That's huge. We'll lean more on building trades contractors to help with routine maintenance and operational tasks. We're committed to finding opportunities for union labor on solar and other clean energy projects, trade, the Brent Booker New Initiative. We value our relationship with the building trades and appreciate all that you do for our customers. And I'm going to say this, while we have many challenges, we know who our friends are, and we're going to continue to work to the future together with our friends. Another way to say this is that in Alabama, we're never going to leave our old friends to make new ones. And I'm going to let you know, these guys are my friends. It's so great to be here with y'all today. It's so fantastic. Let's stay vigilant in making sure that America is transitioned, that we can make a living wage. And as I leave, one of the things I'm going to indulge myself with is, turn it up now.